What's going on, guys? Your boy Dontavious. Hope we're being good, being safe. And it's been a hot minute since I did an anime kind of recap, reaction, explanation, discussion. And I have a cool setup here, so I can just come on here and just talk about things I love. I'm an old anime head. I'm a boomer anime, an enthusiast or what have you. Back in the day, I used to watch anime like all different types, simulcasts, weekly, illegally, whatever. And this, at this age where I'm at now, mid 20s and shit like that, it's like it's tough to find anime that's worth keeping up with all the shonen stuff going around. And when seinen type stuff, older mature type stuff comes around, I always want to check it out. And definitely anime like Tokyo Revengers, definitely can ensnare me in the length and content that it has makes it so interesting and unique. So today I just kind of want to talk about that, talked about the show, the season, expectations, I guess things I didn't like, and kind of like why this is worth making, and it definitely is, or worth watching, which it definitely is, because I'm making a video about it. So there will be mild spoilers on here, so if you haven't watched it, definitely recommend off rip. I want to talk about things that have happened and kind of my my vibes and all that. So to begin, for it to be 24 episodes and to be this kind of consistent in content in terms of the way that the story progresses and the characters, it's just so well written. I love well written stuff. You can tell there's a lot of love put into it. The premise with the time travel and stuff can be very tricky to pull off, but I think TR does that very, very well. And all the characters, in terms of their kind of building, character development is very good, especially for the MC, Takamichi. Love Draken, love Mikey and those guys in Toman. But man, I think the progressions from episode 1 to 24, definitely well paced. There's not too much I would change about it. Like I said earlier, with time travel, things could be tricky. Like I love ReZero. I think that show does very well too. And the MCs, from Subaru from ReZero and this Takamichi from here, definitely similar in terms of the way they are. But I think in terms of like the things that TR does well is that it's very, very plot driven. It's not too crazy when it comes to animations and all that, but for me, if the love goes into the plot and the character development, I'm all for it. And one thing I will say is that the way that episodes kind of go from one to another, it's definitely well written. I think that there are some things that they don't give away, which is perfect. It's not just like overshadowing a bunch of stuff, like where you can preface and kind of predict things. A lot of times, even with movies and shows, it's really easy to really guess what's going to happen next, and this show does a great job at keeping you in the dark but keeping you on the edge of your seat at the same time. We know as much as the MC does, and that's literally the case. Like, one thing I was thinking about is when he does travel from back in the day to current day, it's crazy because he doesn't even know how he got to that point. Like, there's like no rhyme or reason or tell that shows what were the events that happened when he wasn't in the future while he was in the past, or was in the past while he was in the future. And he's always so lost when it gets to that point, just like we, the audience, are as well. And I think this last episode with 24 definitely shined that the brightest. Like, this guy Takamichi is now this exec at Toman, and all the people from back in the day, and some new people are there too that obviously with the time skip you wouldn't know how they got there. So what they do is, as they do go back and forth, they do eventually explain who that is. But I really wanted to talk about Kisaki Teta. Man, he is so dangerous. I know it's like we don't know exactly why he's dangerous, and Takamichi doesn't know either, but he knows he needs to stop him. He only gets a little bit of information that he gets from Naruto, because he's like the only one within the time gap that actually explains, X, Y, and Z happened, so you need to go back and change it. And Takamichi's like, oh, okay, I believe you. So it's like, yeah, Kisaki is very dangerous, and every single time he goes back and forth, I think Draken is one of the most kind of chilling examples. As one time he's in prison for forever, like he's for life, and then now he's quote unquote executed, right? And Mikey in both instances is gone, and that's really never talked about. And it's like, that's one of the overarching themes. It's like, what happens to Mikey every time he goes back in the future, and this guy is nowhere to be found. So everything that Takamichi was scared about happening came true in terms of Kisaki, like, becoming the lead, Valhalla being made for Mikey in a sense, and things kind of going Kisaki's way. And eventually, as progressions do show us naturally in anime story writing, it will go the way of Takamichi. But I have no idea how that's going to be, and I'm sure if you manga readers out there have a great idea. But for us who was watching it weekly up to this point, every single, I don't want to say stanza in terms of music, but every single component and storyline has a beginning and end, but the overarching like shadow is never gone, and that is trying to save Toman and save old girl, I forget her name. But yeah, I definitely love it. If you guys enjoy it, definitely wait for the season 2. I was reading up on some stuff. I think it has been confirmed, so I'm definitely excited for that. And I'm definitely excited to just be looking forward to something for once. I haven't been too big on anime that's been coming out lately, and this is the one I was looking forward to every week for us, and for me it came out on a Saturday. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a quickie. Definitely watch out for Tokyo Revenger season 2. If you read the manga, no spoilers in the comments, please. I definitely want to be, I've never been spoiled in terms of even Attack on Titan, so I definitely look out for those. But it's been your boy. Be good, be safe, have great vibes, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.